Marriage Clinic TV.
Hi viewers, welcome to another edition of Marriage Clinic Live. How are you today? I remain your host, Marlai Hanofuti. Thank you so much for joining me on this edition of Marriage Clinic Live. Happy weekend to each and every one of us. I really do apologize that last week I couldn't do a video. I had so many things going on last week, so there was no time at all for me to sit in front of the camera. But today I told myself I'm going to do a Marriage Clinic Live today, and I thank God for the opportunity, for life, for health, for vitality, for, the abilities, the enablement. So I'd like to welcome each and every one of us to today's program. Thank you for always joining me. Thank you to all our followers, all our members, on Marriage Clinic platform, on Facebook group page, on our YouTube channel. I just celebrate each and every one of you. Thank you to everyone. I celebrate you all. So today I would like to look at a topic that I have titled you will lose whatever you mismanage. You will lose whatever you mismanage, including people, including relationships. You will lose whatever you mismanage. Now remember, I said you will lose whatever you mismanage. It's not that you can lose it, you will definitely lose it if you mismanage anything. If you mismanage people, if you mismanage relationship, if you mismanage your spouse, if you mismanage even children, you can lose them. I'm telling you, if you mismanage resources, you can lose it. If you mismanage your talent, you can lose it. If you mismanage your gift, you can lose it. If you mismanage opportunities, you can lose it. But today I want us to look at mismanaging your relationship, mismanaging the people that God has put in your life. And I would like to start by giving a preamble, or a food for thought. Let me take our minds back, to the parable that Jesus gave somewhere in Matthew 25. That's the parable of the talent, and when you read that chapter, you see where, scripture talks about a talent was given to one man, another man was given 5 talent, to another one 2 talent, but the one that was given 5 talent was able to manage the 5 talent and multiplied it. The one given 2 talent was able to also, make good use of it and came back with return, and came back with profit, benefit. But the one given 1 talent, went to bury it, mismanage it, and it was said that they should collect it from him, that whoever has but cannot manage it, it will be collected from that person and given to another person. So I want you to know that it is scriptural, it is biblical, it is part of God's law, that when you mismanage something, it will be taken away from you and perhaps given to another person. Yes, I know we don't like to hear this truth, but these are part of life's reality that we need to wake up to. These are part of the consequences, that comes with some actions that we do, but we sometimes try to shy away from some of this truth or some of these consequences. But see, they are real. Why? Because this is life, and life in itself is governed by laws. So even God recognizes and acknowledges that whatever it is you do not manage well, whatever it is you waste, that you mismanage, should be taken from you and given to someone else. So let's look at it in the light of relationships. Many of us, before we met our spouse, many of us, we are praying, Lord, give me someone that can, that is a helper. Give me someone that is supportive, that can move my life forward. Give me someone, that is wealthy. Give me someone that is comfortable. Give me, we have a long list of the kind of person that we truly desire that God gives to us. And some of us, when God gives you that person, and they come into your life, you yourself, you can see, you can tell that since this person came into the boat of your life or into the driver's seat of your vehicle, or that since both of you have been journeying together, that you have been making tremendous achievement in life, tremendous progress, but all of this is not enough to convince you that this kind of relationship should be guarded with jealousy, that this kind of relationship should be, should be nurtured, should be watered. It's not a relationship that you should waste or you should mismanage. But you find some people, despite God has given them a good thing, despite God has given them a good wife, despite God has given them a good husband, they use either their character, they use either their words, the things they say to their spouse, or the things they do to them to mismanage the relationship. They mismanage the spouse. They so much mismanage them that a day will come that spouse may say, you know what, enough is enough. I've had enough. Oh yeah, to your tent, O Israel. I know we don't like to hear this. I know in the part where I come from, people believe that, it's for death, for better, for die, for perish. You must perish there. See, there are some people that value their life, that when they begin to assess things, when they appraise when they assess their situation, and they assess, the behaviors, the manners, the attitude, the actions coming from the person they thought they used to know, a time will come they may draw a line and say, you know what, I've had enough, especially when their life is begin to be threatened, when their mental health is begin to get affected, when they see that these troubles, they are not worth it. I think I will live a peaceful life when I am separated from this person, or when I am alone. Now, I'm not saying that we should quickly take to separation, or we should say, I'm going my separation. No, but I'm saying that because we are all human beings, there is something called elasticity. We all have our elastic point. You could stretch someone, up to this point, and they will still be willing to accommodate some of your excesses. But when you stretch them further than that, they will snap and they will say, you know what, I've had enough. Before I meet my date, let me take off. Now, I've seen situations like that. I've seen scenarios like that, and I've seen those that will say, I'm not going to take off, I'm going to stay there, and they stay put, and before you know it, it degenerates. It's not getting better, it degenerates into worst things. Some of them even die in the process due to domestic violence, due to all forms of abuse. But those with sense, they know when to draw the line and say, you know what, I have had enough. Now, what is the topic that I'm talking about? When you mismanage the relationships in your life, you would lose it. See, you cannot say, he's a pastor, he's a bishop, she's an anointed woman of God, she's a MOG, she's a WOG, she's prophetess. So you mismanage her, you maltreat her, you mismanage him, you maltreat him, and you still expect that you will still have that thing. See, even in God's law, it says that whatever we mismanage should be taken away from us. I know we human beings, we don't like to hear this, but it is scriptural that it will be taken away from you, and perhaps it will be given to someone else that will know how to manage it, how to nourish it, how to tend it. So we need to be careful. We need to consider our actions, especially for those of you that take your spouses for granted. You take them for granted. You think you can say anything to them. You think you can do anything to them and you will get away with it. There are some of them that you cannot get away with it. Why? Because they will say, no, I've had enough, and things will not continue like this. So when you mismanage anything, be it relationship, be it resources, I tell you, you're going to lose that thing. These are part of the truth of life that many of us we fail to realize, or we fail to come to terms with, and this also applies to friends. There are some relationships that God bring into our life that that these ones, they are destiny helpers. This one, they are mentors. This one, they are meant to hold you by the hand and take you to where you're supposed to get to, or they are supposed to hold you by your hand, mentor you, and lift you up to the height you're supposed to be. But when you now see those people and you mismanage the relationship, and instead of learning from them, instead of going to meet them, for meetings, taking notes, trying to learn the concept, trying to learn the strategy, all you do is to go to them, asking them for help, asking them for money, asking them for resources. I tell you, it's only a matter of time. You will lose that relationship. You will lose that opportunity. You will lose that privilege. I remember many years back, I had this young boy. That he likes coming to me for advice, for this, for that. And I like the fact that, okay, he always wanted to learn. And, he had so many people around him. We were willing to help him. We were willing to support him. I remember vividly, I even went out of my way at times, to help him pay his school fees in the university then. But a time came, when it was time for him to work. We wanted him to work. We were even, I even helped him get a job. But this young man said, it's too far, I can't go. Besides, the money is too small for a fresh, for a starter. And how much was the salary then? I'm talking about years back now. It was 30,000 for a start. And 30,000 for a start. Just go and start. You don't know. Just use it to gather experience. Then before you know it, just go and do 6 months there. Before you know it, another door will open. Did you know this boy did not go? He didn't go. But the person that now went to do that job, you won't believe that it was on that job, while the guy was doing the job, that an international opening opened up on the job, and the guy was asked to go. And this guy went for a year abroad, all his expenses paid. Now, don't forget, it would have been this other guy that refused to go, that was complaining, oh, the money is too small, this, that. So when I realized that happened, and I saw that he was still jobless, after a year or two, but he came to me wanting to beg for money, I said, I personally, I know when to put my foot down. When people keep coming to ask me for money, I know when to put my foot down. Why? Because I would have studied very well to see, the kind of a person you are, whether you are the type that wastes resources, whether you are the type that believes that to solve a problem, you need to keep throwing money at the problem. When I see your mentality, your mindset about money, then I will refrain it from you. Like I would withhold it from you, and you will not get it from me. That is the honest truth. So I could see that his own mindset was to keep collecting money from people, begging people for me, but he didn't want to work. He didn't want to start small. And I gave him my own life example, how I started small. I remember even when I left secondary school, SSC, I was waiting for my result. Then I went on my own to look for a job, a sales girl job. I used to tell people this story, and it was on that sales girl's job that I got, someone to sponsor my education through university, and all my school fees, he paid it. That is the truth. So you may never can tell who God is going to use to take your life's problem away. But when you are proud, when you are pompous, tarel bale, you feel you know it all. You think it's everybody around you that is beneath you. You are mistaken. I always tell people, see, some of you will be praying, oh Lord, send me helper. Oh Lord, send me helper. Oh Lord, send me helper. When God sends those people to you, most times they don't look like it. They don't look like it. But if you were patient and you walk, closely with them, it is only a matter of time you will realize that, this is it. This is the helper I've been looking for. But some of you size them up. You size them up. You see, I used to tell people, see, if you judge me by what I write or by my present situation, you will be mistaken. Because in another 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the line, where you will see me, you can't relate where I am now with where you will be seeing me in another 2, 3, 5 years, 10 years from now. So if you are now relating with me based on what you know about me now, or based on what you know about my past, you will be mistaken. See, you would have mismanaged the relationship. And personally, I believe that relationships, are for a season. It is only the one that God wants you to journey with for a lifetime, that will journey with you for a lifetime. And there are some people that they are very good at keeping relationship. And when you have those kind of people around you, please cherish the relationship. Don't take them for granted. Don't say, after all, I know him. And don't take people for granted. Don't take people's sweat, people's labor, people's resources. Don't take it for granted. Don't abuse privileges. Don't abuse opportunity. Don't abuse grace. Hey, there are some of you, the spouse God gave you, they carry grace. The grace is so heavy that it was when you met them that things opened up for you. But the same spouse, you will start abusing them when money comes. I was speaking to someone last week, and she was telling me when they got married, they didn't even have money for wedding or anything. When she sent me their wedding picture, I almost fainted. I said, did you say this is a wedding, or you mean you people were just sitting on a mat and praying? She said, no, that this was a wedding ceremony. I said, this is a wedding ceremony that all I see around is mat. People sitting on mat. Even the drink, it doesn't look like a proper drink. No food, nothing. She said, that was the kind of wedding we had. There was no money. I said, But these same people, when you see them today, they are multi-millionaire. The same people that their wedding was done on a mat. Today they are multi-millionaire. So now that they are multi-millionaire, it is now that they are multi-millionaire that the fight in their marriage is endless. I now say, oh my God, what is going on? But when you people didn't have money, all these fights were not there. It is now that God has blessed you, that both of you, your grace, the grace of your wife together with your own, has brought you people this much blessings. And instead of both of you to be thanking God and look at how to multiply this blessing and even use it to help humanity, both of you are busy fighting each other on petty things, on things that don't matter. I say, Oluwajo, may we not be a tool or a target for the devil. Because when I looked at their issues, I'm like, I said, please, some people don't even have half, not 1/10 of the money that you people have. And they are living peaceably as husband and wife. In fact, they don't even earn 150 of what you people are earning, each of you. And yet, they are living happily. How much more you? With all the houses, with all the wealth, the opportunities, the traveling, the everything. See what you guys are doing with each other. So, that is what happens when you begin to think that, she is my wife, I know her, let me say anything to her, she will forgive me. No, you are mismanaging her. Before you know it, I pray she's not taken away from you and given to another. I know we don't like to hear this, but that is the truth. Hey, he's my husband. I know him very well. I can slap him, I can lock his shirt, I can beat his head, I can hit something on his head, I can abuse him, I can do anything to him. He would take it like that. Ah, hey, sister, it's only a matter of time. Hey, I pray he's not taken away from you and given to another. I know we don't like to hear this, but see, these are part of life realities. These are the truth of life that some of us we don't like to hear, and they don't even tell us some of these truths. They make it seem like once you are in the marriage, it's forever. It's true, it's forever. But when you are beginning to see the things that God Himself did not ordain for your life, hey, see, the human spirit in you at a point will say, ìṣẹ̀dá mi kọ ilé, hey, oya, to your tent, O Israel. May it not get to that point. A day will come, they will snap and say, no, I've had enough. I've gotten it up. Now, some, they will keep forgiving, they will keep forgiving, and you think because they are forgiving, you should continue to be throwing shit at them. Hey, someone that is already wounded, you've wounded them, you've hurt them, yet you are still adding salt to the injury. Instead of you to be doing things that will pacify their heart, to be doing things, to be changing your ways. And I always tell people that the best apology is to change your behavior, is to change your ways, to turn a new leaf. You cannot be verbally apologizing. Meanwhile, you are still doing the things that hurt. You are still doing the things that makes your spouse, hurt, that makes them angry. I tell you, you will end up losing that thing that you are mismanaging. That will not be your portion. But these are words of caution to those of us that think, she would take it like that anyway. He would take it like that anyway. Well, I can do whatever I like to him. He would take it like that. I can do whatever I like to her. She would take it like that. Hey, you have to be careful. For those of you always say, I can say whatever I like to my spouse. I can abuse them anyhow. I can insult them anyhow. Hey, a time will come, they will say, I have had enough. Enough. I will not. You've crossed your boundary. That is the truth. For some of you, you will abuse their father. You will abuse their mother, their great-grandfather, their great-grandmother in the grave. Some of you will abuse their sister. You will send curses to their family lineage, and you claim you are husband and wife. Some of you, you say derogatory things to your spouse. You call your spouse harlot. You call your wife prostitute. You call your husband drunk names and all of that. You have to be careful. I pray that your office will not be taken, your seat will not be taken by another. I pray that, this thing you are mismanaging will not be taken away from you and given to another. That is my prayer. But beyond the prayer, you need to make amends. You need to sit up. You need to start doing what is right. You need to do away with all those things that make people run away from you, that make people repel you, that make people look at you and say, I don't think I want to be this close to this person. And they will rather prefer to relate with you from afar, because they feel that is the best place for you, to be afar off from them. No one wants you close. Even your spouse does not want you close to them, because they are scared. They are even scared of telling you their secret things, because they know, like a parrot, you will go out there and or you will even use it against them in future as a weapon. So many of us, we have to be careful, because whatever you mismanage, you will lose it. Even your resources, when you mismanage it, it will be taken away from you. I pray that we will not become the rich of yesterday, or lower and we will not become was once married or married yesterday, but today not married again. Why? Because the person has gone. It has been taken away from them. Why? Because your behavior, your character, or whatever it might be, has has allowed that person to be taken away from you. That will not be your portion. So please, let's look inwards. Let's assess ourselves, assess our character, assess the things we say when we are hungry. What do we say? What do we say? Assess yourself and make amends. So I would like to stop here now. I hope you learned something today. We will continue, in another topic next week, hopefully. Please don't forget to share this video. Give us a like, give us a comment. Let me know your thoughts as well. Share it with other people that you think also need to hear the truth in this video. I remain your host, Marla, and hopefully until we'll see you again. I say bye bye.